Hello everyone. This is an update to my Frost Blade build in 3.27. Survivability is greatly improved by Grafts and the Bloodline. Compared to the previous league, it now takes almost 40% less damage from damage over time and can withstand a much higher maximum hit. In this video, I will focus on the changes from 3.26. If you want to learn about the foundation of the build, please check out my previous build showcase video. Regarding the grafts, I selected the Molten Zophgraft and Aegis Tullgraft. Both provide shields. Acquire them with at least increased damage and increased cooldown recovery rate affixes. It is even better if you can obtain a plus level to the graft skill or shield can take additional damage as the third suffix. The shield from the Molten Zophgraft activates when you have missing life. Since we are running Petrified Blood, it will trigger after each cooldown. With increased cooldown recovery rate, it has only 2 seconds of downtime. The cooldown can be further shortened with the affix providing increased cooldown recovery rate for each green skill gem you have socketed, from a corrupted graft. However, such a graft is extremely expensive. Or not even exists. The shield from the Aegis Tullgraft activates when you apply exposure. We want to constantly apply exposure to reliably trigger the Aegis Tullgraft. In 3.26, we applied cold exposure by triggering Frost Bomb on block from Svalin, but it was not reliable. I decided to use cold exposure on hit instead of the projectile pierce affix on gloves. The Aegis Tullgraft achieves 100% uptime if it is not broken by hits. With automation linked to Steel Skin, you barely spend any time without a shield. This greatly reduces the chance of being randomly one-shot when a hit is not blocked. I use the Runegraft of the Warp to further improve shield uptime, as all shields are buff. In addition to the shields from the grafts, you may notice that I have around 700 ward. I now have 4 layers of shielding that I did not have in 3.26. Ward is part of the reason we take 40% less damage from damage over time. Boon of the Mountain is an ascendancy notable from the Olroth Bloodline. It provides 30% less damage taken from damage over time while you have unbroken ward. Use Forbidden Jewels to acquire Oath of Summer and free up 2 ascendancy points. By default, ward takes 2 seconds to recharge. With faster restoration of ward on gloves and boots, ward recharges in only 1 second. As the build freeze or kill everything with 1 hit while mapping, and bosses will not hit you as frequently in a short window. In practice, when damage over time can kill me, there is nothing to leech from, and nothing is hitting me. Ward will not be broken at that moment. Thus the 30% less damage taken from damage over time effect is up when I need it. For the Pantheon, I use Arakali to further reduce damage taken from damage over time. Since we no longer have Brine King, we must avoid being frozen from other sources. In the passive tree, we obtain 20% from the Thick Skin Life Wheel and another 10% from a small node. I fill the remaining 70% with Abyss Jewels and an Eater of Worlds affix on boots. You can mix and match these to achieve a total of 70% chance to avoid being frozen. Combined with the Runegraft of the Warp and Arakali, debuffs expire 50% faster. This feels so good for countering random debuffs from mobs or map mods on T17 maps. Even Ignite becomes negligible because it expires so quickly. That's all the changes I've made from 3.26. Survivability has been greatly improved at the cost of dealing around 10% less damage than in 3.26. I think it's worth it. The mapping experience is so much better. It is no longer a heart attack build. Thanks for watching.